I have arranged for a special guest lecturer for you today. I'm sure that he'll be recognizable to most of you, especially those of you who hang around bus terminals. He's been practicing surgery for 10 years, and I have great faith that he'll get it right any day now. Let's give a big N.Y.U.K. welcome to Dr. Eugene Splicing.
Thank you, Professor, and thank you, class. No, really, thank you. You're a great bunch of kids. Anyway, I just got back from going to the hairstylist, and yes, this is my real hair. I know it's not a great look, like Chelsea Clinton or Pebbles or nothing like that, but I can't afford a good haircut, so they don't pay me much here, if you can tell. Anyway, it's hard to barter with pies and pieces of pipe, so you know what? I have to go to the hair school down the block. It's much cheaper, but hey, it's someone learning on your head, you know? Hey, don't get me wrong, they're very careful. You know, there's one teacher to every 97 students, but it's a little scary. You know, a little scary when they're doing a permanent dye job and they go, whoa, that never happened, or hey, is that part of your head? Is that your hair? Or oops. So, in our next flickering short entitled The Tooth Will Out, the Stooges play dentist fresh out of school. This is about dentist? I'm sorry. Well, I thought it was about hair. That's why I was doing all the jokes about the hair thing, but I guess I can, anyway. Sorry, by the way, these are my teeth, in case anybody cares. This dentistry footage, by the way, was actually shot for Merry Mavericks, but there was so much of the film, they divided it into half and used part of it for this film. So stay right here and enjoy The Tooth Will Out, and me, I'm off to get my hair fixed and read the script better.
Now, if you stood on the equator and you laid all 190 films that our Stooges made between 1934 and 1958, end to end, well, you wouldn't get very far, because these are short films. Columbia made 18 to 24-minute shorts to be shown in front of their full-length features. Now, Columbia made mostly B movies, and they used the popularity of the Three Stooges as leverage. They would tell the theater owners that if they wanted the Stooges, they'd have to take the mediocre feature-length movie that went with it. Now, these types of short films were sometimes called two-reelers because they fit on 2 reels of film, which makes sense. Now, this isn't rocket science. If you want rocket science 101, it's just down the hall here, just out to the left. All you do is just go down and... Hey, where are you going? Well, the rest of you can stay and watch today's classic two-reeler. Lights. The lonely life I lead. In our next short, Babysitter Jitters, Larry, Moe, and Shep virtually invent the concept of daycare. But, ironically, well, how nice of you to join us, Johnson. Were you out playing with your donkey again? You know, just because everyone thinks that you're N.Y.U.K's big man on campus, that does not mean to say that you don't have to show up on time. Go sit down. Okay, time for the short. Today, N.Y.U.K. is showing Don't Throw That Knife. It's about a guy who throws knives. The knife thrower is a jealous husband who, he thinks Stooges got... Now, Johnson, I'm glad to see you getting into the spirit of the short here. But if this explodes, your grades are going to be affected. The pin! Ah! Hello, students. I'm glad that you're here to view today's short, because if you weren't here, then I would have no class. And class, you know, has a lot to do with today's lecture, because today we discuss the basic humor formula used by the Three Stooges in their films. Almost all of the shorts start with the boys as one of the 3 Bs: broke, beggars, or blue-collar workers. And somehow they mix with high society types, and very quickly pandemonium breaks out. Moe used to call this deflating comedy. His theory was that working class people liked the Stooges because they identified with them. Middle class people liked them because they looked down on them. And upper class liked them because they were curious to see just how the other half lived. And you know what? He was right. So remember, deflating comedy occurs when the pompous, arrogant, upper-class guy gets his comeuppance. You can do better than that. Now, ponder this, N.Y.U.K. students. The Three Stooges could not be stopped by World War II, nor by the deaths of Curly or Shemp. No! It took something much more diabolical. It took television. The increasing popularity of this free medium cut into Hollywood's bottom line, and one of the first things to go at Columbia was the barely profitable shorts department. And then a funny thing happened. The medium that brought the Stooges down put them back up on the top, and within a few years the Stooges were appearing daily in 165 different markets. And their popularity became so great that they would make 6 feature-length films. And back on film was where the Stooges deserved to be. No self-respecting movie actor wants to be stuck on TV. Excuse me. Students of Stoogeology, today at N.Y.U.K, we will witness the birth of a dynasty. In 24 years, the Three Stooges made 190 shorts for Columbia Pictures. Today, we will be viewing the very first 1934's Woman Haters. Now, while these are the Three Stooges we all know and love, some things are not quite right. First, the credits. Actress Marjorie White gets top billing. Curly's name is spelled with an E. And Larry and Moe and Curly play characters named Jim, Jackie, and Tommy. On the other hand, you will see some classic Stoogisms like the eye poke and the multiple slap. You will hear the first N.Y.U.K, N.Y.U.K, and whoop, whoop, whoop. It's like being there when Babe Ruth took his first time at bat, or Muhammad Ali stepped into his first ring, or Wilt Chamberlain was with his first girl. But I digress. It's time for Women Haters. Class, now I thought it would be fun to whip up a little of that bubble gum cake that we're going to be seeing at the end of today's Three Stooges short. All gummed up. Now, this short has one of the longest slap sequences in any of the Stooges films. I think that Larry and Moe slap Shemp over 60 times. Now, of course, the key to doing these stunts without getting hurt is total concentration. Lights. Now, class, those of you who think that today's film, Men in Black, stars Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith, you are sadly mistaken. Now, those of you who think this won't be on your N.Y.U.K. exam are very sadly mistaken. Very sadly mistaken. In today's film, Men in Black, the Stooges are not alien hunters, they are doctors, recently graduated from medical school with the highest temperatures in their class. Well, yeah. Now this was the third Three Stooges short. It is also the only Stooges film ever to receive an Academy Award nomination. The Stooges lost to an animated short called La Cucaracha. And years later, in a short called Microphonies, Curly plays a character named Senorita Cucaracha. Now, some might consider that a coincidence. I considered it a reason to apply for a government research grant. I've always wanted to find out where Denver was, and which is exactly what I'm going to do while you watch Men in Black and, lights.